Hello everyone, it's Hoplite Mike back with another video. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to this Sparta campaign. So in the last episode we dealt with the Sparta Secessionists, which is essentially the Civil War, and we defended Kydonia. In this episode we're going to look to head to Rome itself. So I've got the fleet ready at Sparta. I just need to retrain the boats because they are slightly depleted.
Ready to sail!
And I've got another unit of Spartan hoplites to move onto the boat as well. So the force we're going to Rome with will be 7 units of Spartan hoplites, 4 units of armoured hoplites, and the general, which I think is basically an armoured hoplite unit as well. I'm going to pick up some Cav in Thermon and in Ambracia, and also the archers in Ambracia as well. Potentially one of the units of armoured hoplites. So it's going to be next time before we can go, just because I need to retrain those boats. I do have some more forces coming up to try and take Segesta here, because it is not well defended.
My lord?
And we've got some units here as well that I want to use. So Rome have got us under siege at Arretium, but I'm fairly confident with the garrison we have should be able to defend that. The problem with these two settlements is we've not been able to retrain units for quite a while because they were originally Roman cultured settlements, so I couldn't use the buildings, but I can see Arretium is now Greek, and Ariminum is probably on its way to being converted, 13%, so it's not far off. So I just need to make sure that everywhere is recruiting here. I need to move this boat up as well.
Ready to sail! Ready to sail!
So I'm hoping that I can make it past this Roman fleet, because this is a big Roman fleet.
Ready! Set sail!
Make it all the way to Segesta now. Okay, so I do have some gold I was saying before, and Tarentum we're recruiting, and in Croton we're recruiting. Probably worth investing some money in the economy. The Agora. Yeah, you can get the Agora as well. You want to save up for a dockyard in Athens, that'll bring in a lot of money per turn. But yeah, I think I'll pass turn that. As tireless
Greetings.
trade rights, of course.
Our thanks.
Right here we can move this force, and I can see that Tireless is revolting. So what I can do is bring up this force. I can't reach it in one turn. I can still lay siege this turn. I think I do want to have the reinforcements ready though. So I'll lay siege to what I hope is their last settlement in the next turn. Send out the archers as well. Okay, so Rome didn't attack this fleet, which is good. Means we can make it nearly all the way to Segesta. So I'll just land. Well, it's probably not a good idea to land until I'm actually ready to attack. So I'll just put it into position.
Set sail! Ships ready!
And we should have some hoplites here as well. We do. So I'll move these into position to reinforce one of these. think it's more likely that I'll need them. Well, I can split the force actually. I can take 6 units here,
Splitting the troops.
and so 3 units there and 3 units here.
Splitting the troops.
And then I'll send these armor top lights down to, I think it's Croton, where I can retrain them. Recruiting in Croton and in Tarentum. So that's fine. Okay, so I think we should have...
Ships ready.
Yeah, so all our ships are retrained. I'm hoping this will be enough to deal with most forces that we come across in the Mediterranean. The Romans do have some large naval fleets, but I think this should be enough.
Yes, Captain. Yes, sir.
I want to pick up the archers and Greek cav here.
Sir.
And I can't move the boat until next turn, so it makes sense to recruit another boat in Thermon, pick that up on the way past, and also retrain some of these armor top lights that I can bring with me as well. And another unit of Greek cav. We still have gold, so let's see what we can build. I think we can get the dockyard in Athens. We can. Okay. I think that's mostly what we can do for this turn. So I will just pass turn there. As Rome assaults. So I thought we would be able to reinforce the city. Might be wrong.
For your lives.
Right, so we're back here. Silas. Have this. I think it's their last settlement, I'm not sure.
Destroy them.
They might own this settlement. Tribal, I don't know. Okay, so this probably will be their last settlement.
Orders. Prepare for battle. Besieging settlements.
Just has the wooden walls, I think. Yep, so I'll get the
Besieging
around.
settlements, sir.
And I have realised since the last few episodes that there is actually a religion icon here, so you can actually see what's happening with that.
Yes, strategos.
Okay, so we've got a bunch of armor top light units here, which I do want to
Orders.
bring up.
Move out.
And we can land in Segesta this turn.
Ready to sail.
Probably would prefer to have slightly better
Ready to
army.
sail. Orders. Ready to sail.
I could use the boat to bring up some more forces.
Ready.
Only got 3 units. Well, let's land and see.
Orders. Attack. Besieging settlement.
Still can't see what they are.
Besieging settlement, sir. Yes, strategy. Orders.
Okay, and we should be able to
Ready.
move this force now as well. So in Ambracia, we've got
Yes, strategos.
Cav and armor top lights.
Strategos. My lord. My lord. Set sail. My
So I'll take the Cav and
Order.
the
My lord.
armor top lights with the chevrons.
Living the my lord.
Pick up
Ready.
the boat and we're going to head
Yes,
to
sir.
Rome.
My lord.
I think that's everything I can do for...
My lord.
Well, I can move these guys to reinforce actually.
Move out. My lord. Besieging settlement, sir.
I do still have some money as well. So what can we build? Irrigation. Let's get roads everywhere. Should have got this as a priority earlier in the game. Yeah, that's past turn that. As Rome attack in, I think this is Arretium. So let's jump into this. There's going to be the usual approach for this one. Just defend the square effectively. This is the most effective way, I think, to defend. So most of their forces are coming that side. They're also on this side as well. So I'm going to need to protect both areas of access here. I'm going to get all the hoplites into shield wall first, and line them up here. Yeah, so I'm beginning to realise how few numbers I have here. Fortunately, these settlements have been continually under siege, so I haven't really had a chance to be trained. I'm probably going to need to bring in the general as well to reinforce. Not the overall in command one, but well, the other one. We have a lot of cav here. I'm going to put them into melee mode. Just fast forward this bit.
The ladders are at the walls, but there is still time enough to gather for a counterattack.
And I also want them in guard mode, so they usually start running away. Once if they start defeating a unit and that unit routes, they start running after them. So I don't want that. Just need them to hold their ground. I think they're sending in most of the units from this side.
The ladders are at the walls, but there is still time enough to gather for a counterattack.
They are definitely taking their time with the siege. Just kind of milling about and having a leisurely stroll around the city. It is a nice city, to be fair. Okay, so this is the first unit to crash against the spear wall.
Orders complete, Commander. We're under attack!
Yeah, it shouldn't take too much missile damage given that we have our spears facing, our shields facing them. These are start out. So these are still pre-Marian troops. Just gonna fast forward. It should just be them. I was killing them in the choke point. Looks like I'm going to need to bring the general in here, I think. Oh, that's our general dead. So, yeah, that's a mass rout. So, I think I might take the Cav. No, I can't take the Cav yet. I guess they must have taken all the towers. That's not firing. Or a lot of them. Okay, now they're sending the general in. Just to be a different general than before. Oh, it's come back from routing.
The enemy general is slain, and now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack. The enemy army is in flight. Pursue them. Drive them from the battlefield.
This might be their last unit. So I'll get the Cav ready. These ones are holding. They are exhausted. That's victory. So I'm just going to chase down the troops here. Do need to be careful. I think they're taking control of a lot of the walls. So I will get attacked by the missiles. I'll just leave the towers to hit those because we'll take a lot of friendly fire. Yeah, there's no flags on these, so I don't know whose towers they are, but they must be theirs. Yeah, we're getting fired on. So I want to get away from them. Again, heroic victory. So I lost about 200 and took the Romans down to nothing. So we have fended off the Romans once again at Arretium. I don't think they have many forces left at all now. I think it's just the stack at Rome. And we get attacked at Ariminum by Veneti. So we're going to jump into this one as well.
Before night comes, this battle will await my orders.
Reinforcements
Nope,
have
that
arrived.
was a mistake.
But are they in time
Fortunately,
to take part in the battle?
yeah, so this battle will be like the other ones. And we do have reinforcements, which it's not a great place for them to have come in, but well, we might be able to use them actually if we can flank. We could actually just go for the general here. Yeah, the AI does sometimes just leave the general outside the city until much later in the battle. So maybe that's something that we can make use of. Anyway, I'm gonna get the guys lined up. Yeah, they're not really doing anything. Oh, they are in the city already.
But there is still time enough to gather for a counterattack. The enemy have formidable siege towers at the walls. Prepare for some hard fighting.
So we have been caught by some cav, but that's fine. And over here, yeah, there's nothing happening. Just going to monitor what's happening over here because I might be able to.
The enemy have taken them.
I'm able to just jump in here with the hoplites on their general. Yeah, they haven't really noticed. So he's already down to 14, I think. 12. Yeah, we should be able to beat the cavalry fairly quickly with the hoplites. Yeah, that's him dead.
And now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack.
Let's see what's going on in here. Them into guard and shield wall. Likewise here. Let's go back out here. I don't really mind if we lose the rest of these, but it was worth it to take out their general. And these warband. We should be able to beat the warband. Now let's fast forward it. Yeah, I mean their morale will be terrible now that the general's gone.
The leader of the Allies has been slain.
Yeah.
This loss is hard for us,
That's
but
fine.
harder still for his own people.
Quickly! Ready!
I mean they're just coming in one at a time here, it's not they shouldn't have gone out like that, I don't know what they're doing. Well, these towers will be doing a lot of damage if they're not going to capture them. You see how many units it's taken out there.
Go, go, go! Move, move! Move, move! Ready.
I think I need to bring in one in the general set. Yeah, losing a lot of troops.
Go, go, go! Warrior! My lord!
They're still not taking. I mean, they've lost. Must have lost a lot of their forces. I mean, they did at least take the main entrance. Have they finally taken it? No. And a few hoplites in there as well, of course. And no, this unit's it's the general unit. I don't want to lose him.
Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Waiting for orders!
There doesn't seem to be any units going down this way, so I'm going to redistribute some of the forces.
Hotline! Move, move! Go, go, go! They're attacking us! Orders completed, Commander!
I think it won't be long until they rout now. Yeah, they're just routing at the sight of the hoplites, I think. And the towers are doing a lot of damage as well. There's about half the army here. So they're down to a few units of warband, and yeah, more warband. That's the end. So I'll just chase them down.
And now they flee.
So I need to be careful when running outside of the main entrance there because they have taken those towers. So I'll get fired on with the archers.
Attack quickly!
So I'm just going to pull back the general here. He's going to start getting shot.
Hurry! Run! Hurry! Move, move! Quickly! Waiting for orders.
Okay, so that's a heroic victory. We lost about 400 troops, but I think that's just dealt with most of the Veneti forces now.
Leaving the army! Victory and honor!
Now we've defended Ariminum, so I can't see any other Veneti forces or Roman forces in the vicinity. Oh, there's another one. So Arretium is under siege. I don't know how powerful the Veneti are. Yes, Marius, alright. So that is the Marian reforms just come in. So Rome is sort of on its last legs. I don't know if they'll have Marian troops when we siege Rome.
Yes, Strategos.
They want to take Segesta. They've got 3 units here. We're just going to move the Crotons. Crotons right here. So I can turn down the taxes in Tarentum to increase public order, but Crotons not looking great.
Yes, Strategos. My lord.
I'll move some forces down. Yeah, that improves things a little bit.
Ships ready.
And this is our Rome assault
Yes,
force.
Captain.
So I'll keep moving with that. And there's Paris.
Ships
Nothing
ready.
too big. I do want to build the second tier of militia barracks. Just so we can recruit some hoplites. Don't know what culture these settlements over here. They're Greek. Okay, so it'd be easy to take those without sort of big public order penalties. As we are sieging Tylus as well.
Ready. Yes, Strategos.
Got a force of armoured hoplites here. I think I was going to move them up towards
Ready to sail, sir.
Segesta if I could.
Yes, Captain.
But yeah, they're not going to get there in time.
Sir, my lord.
And I'm going to reinforce. Well, Ariminum is still Roman.
Sir, forward.
Arretium is finally a Greek settlement, but it's under siege, so I can't retrain.
Yes, Strategos.
And Rome still has its full stack.
Orders.
Okay, I think I'll pass turn there. Okay, so they brought their other force to break off our reinforcements. So I'll
Run for your lives.
retreat there. They didn't siege the city, which would have been the smart thing to do, given that I just pulled off my reinforcements. Another faction goes.
Ships.
So we can actually now land just outside of Rome.
Yes, Captain. Set sail. Sir, sir, sir.
No, we can't yet.
Ready to sail.
Let's bring up our armoured hoplites here.
My lord.
This place is about to revolt, and the taxes we can... No, that's still going to revolt. Well, I should be able to hold Arretium.
My lord.
Just move these forces back here. And I need to start converting at a faster rate here.
My lord.
So, in Segesta,
My lord.
I don't think this might not be enough to take it. I only have 7 units of hoplites, which are slightly depleted. They have 3 units, so I do want to reinforce. I've got some armoured hoplites coming up here as well. And in Rome, I still need to actually land, which will be next turn. Up here, I'm also sieging some settlements as well. So this is Tyler's last settlement. So I'm just going to auto-resolve this one, should be fairly straightforward. And I think that should be Tyler to start with, so I'm going to exterminate here just because they are a separate culture, so we do get large public order penalties. Balkan paganism. Yeah. So straight away I'm just going to repair some of the buildings here. And I do want to get the shrine to convert to Hellenism. Yep, so now we've dealt with Tyrus, we can turn our attention to Rome. So I've done all the actions that I can, really. Ariminum's unfortunately low public order. But we have reduced the taxes, so that should sort it. Yeah, I'm going to pass to the next turn. Well, actually, we should use up the gold that I have. So in Croton, I'll get some more armoured hot plates. Sparta, I'll get some more Spartan hot plates. I do want to prepare for going east as well, after we have dealt with the Romans. I'm just going to get hot plates in most places. And that's just mostly out of money, so I'll pass turn that. Okay, so let's take Segesta first. The Veneti did not attack.
Ships ready.
I need to move this bit out of the way.
Ready. Yes, sir. Sir, my lord. Ready.
Okay, so now we have a bigger
Ready
force
to sail. Ready to sail.
and a huge fleet.
Yes, sir. My
Let's
lord.
take Segesta. Okay, so this should be a straightforward victory. We have a huge advantage in the balance of power. And I think I'm going to exterminate as well, just because it does have that separate religion there. And that gives us a lot of money to spend as well. So I was recruiting everywhere, I think. Some plates here,
Yes, strategos.
and retrain everything and get some armored hot plates. Apollonia's full, we can still retrain or train some hot plates. And in Pella, we can retrain everything. So this place looks like it's going to revolt, but we can turn the taxes down, which still doesn't really help.
Yes,
And I can't reach it either. So I probably should be investing in some of these northern settlements. Pick a couple of things off queue here to build up Byzantium, which looks like it's going to revolt as well. Okay, so we've got Segesta. Very low public order owing to the other culture, but we can get the shrine in place to start the conversion process.
Ready to
And
sail.
most importantly, we can now land with our force here. Okay, so I'm just going to take our full force here and land next to Rome
Onward.
and siege the city itself.
Destroy them. Besieging.
So it does have the stone walls, so I'm just going to build the siege towers there.
Besieging settlement, sir.
And I think that's everything we want to do for this turn. So I will pass turn there.
Living. 3 army. 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 3
as the Veneti attack us at Arretium, so I will fight this one.
And at the last, there is something appealing, something appalling, something...
This is going to be a tough battle, just because they have so many chosen swordsmen. So I think what I want to do is try and snipe the general, so I'm actually going to station the cav just here, and also send a unit of hoplites with them, just to try and go after the general. I might need almost slightly more guys than that actually. I'll take this unit of armored hoplites. Okay, and then I'll want to put the rest of the guys in the square. Hopefully if we get their general early, then we can defend the square, but as you can see, most of the units are extremely depleted owing to the number of sieges that we had to defend over the past few turns, and the fact that we can't retrain them because of the culture difference. I'm definitely going to have to use the generals to fight in this battle. I can't let them hang back.
Units! 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 Guard position! Units! Units! Run!
Right.
Units!
So we do need to be on the square, just because we'll rout otherwise. But let's go in this one. So I'm going to send these guys out first. The general's usually at the back. A lot of the times the AI will leave their general out in a siege till a bit later in the battle for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but it does allow us to go for them. Gonna put the two generals here for now. They might send stuff around this way, but hopefully it all just comes through here. But the Darkblight unit will lag behind here, there's not much we can do about that. I'm gonna fast forward. Yep, we'll get the cav into position as the siege tower goes up in flames. So that tower is going to do a lot of damage to that chosen swordsman unit, which is good.
The enemy are at the walls. There is still time to organize the defenders.
So the general's still some units around.
The enemy are at the walls. There is still time to organize the defenders.
So basically just need to wait for the general to be isolated. And the more of these chosen swordsmen that die, the better, because these are the danger. These have really high defense and high morale. So they've not taken the towers, even though they could have. The general's still not isolated. I mean, most of them are going to die, I would have thought, if they're just going to walk. But yeah, they are going to take the towers now, it looks like. But a lot of them have died.
The walls are no longer ours. The enemy have taken them.
Well, that's one less chosen swordsman unit to worry about, I think. The other ones remain fairly healthy, it looks like. Okay, so the general is now isolated. So let's move up the forces here.
Quickly! Militia cavalry, quickly! Cavalry.
Militia cavalry.
Militia cavalry.
Don't know if these guys are tired. No, they're not tired, that's good.
Quickly! Waiting for... Move! Move!
Militia cavalry.
Okay, they are coming towards us.
Cavalry! Hurry!
Cavalry. Go, go, go!
Move! Move!
Move, move!
Militia cavalry!
Kill them!
I should be in melee mode. Okay, so we got a charge going off from all angles here. Didn't seem to get too many in that, unfortunately. Once the hoplites come in, I'm hoping that they'll be able to beat the cav. Most of our units have routed, I think, apart from the hoplites. Hopefully the hoplites can beat this general. Might not be able to. No. That's a shame. These guys might come back from routing. One of them has.
Go, go, go! Move, move! Go!
So let's turn them back into skirmisher mode and see if we can
Unleash hell!
get lucky. And otherwise I think we're just going to have to try and win in the square then. So guys are already here.
Run! Hoplites! Run! Units! Units! Make haste! Units! Make haste!
These. No.
Hoplite elite! Hoplites! Units! Units! Make haste!
Okay, so we're going to have to try and defend this one in the square.
My lord!
So some forces are coming through here. I would hope that most forces come through here. Looks like most of them are. But what are these? Swordsman and chosen swordsman. So hopefully the towers do most of the damage to them. Okay, so that's good, they're depleted.
My lord! My lord! Hurry!
Yeah, I'll leave the generals on that side to try and deal with them.
Completed, Commander!
Some of my guys are starting to rout. Yeah, I mean we've got a lot of Spartan flags here, but not many men. There's the general. and it looks like most of their strong troops are coming around this way.
Orders completed, Commander.
There is only skirmishers on this side, we should be able to deal with them. Not sure where the general is. He's quite far back. Get the guys into shield wall and rally the troops. The chosen swordsmen are very tired at least, so that helps. Wow, there's some chosen swordsmen here as well. Yes, that's what's causing the problem. Now, assuming the general can hold out. Yeah, we're not doing too badly here. What are these swordsmen? Well, if the tower can do, we can pin down then. Swordsman. Okay, so I can't see too many units of chosen swordsmen left over. What else is left here? Warhounds and their general unit. So I'm hoping that we can win on at least one side. Rally the troops. This chosen swordsman still has a lot of men. So does our general. You guys should not be chasing. I think I must have forgot to put them into guard mode. Now, what are these? Swordsmen and chosen swordsmen. And there comes the general. Let's just deal with these chosen swordsmen while we can. So, are we? Looks like we are winning on this side. Okay, so we've got one decent unit with, a decent amount of men left. Over here, chosen swordsman 37, our general's at 44. And that's the general on its way. I'm expecting a charge here. Okay. So if we're able to get the general here, then we should be in business. He is there. No one's hitting him.
The gods have filled
He's
the
right.
enemy general
We
with
didn't.
fear. Now he flees the
Can
field
we get him?
like a coward.
We got him.
The enemy general is
Okay,
slain,
so I
and
think
now
we
his men
are
fear us. It is time to press
okay
the
now. I'm just
attack.
gonna. What do they have here? Swordsman. Chosen swordsmen look like they're routing, I think. Yep, so I'm just gonna reform the line here. As long as there's no chosen swordsman left. Chosen swordsman 14, okay. Well, we're doing okay. And okay, the general's over here for one, so that's good. So I'll line up the generals ready to flank when these guys make contact. We are literally down to one man and a few units there. What's this? Chosen swordsman, 14 men. Okay. No, they routed. And here, skirmish warband. So they have 100 fighting troops left, I think. I'm just gonna chase them off before they get their missiles off. And these swordsmen are exhausted. And that's it, victory. So I'll keep chasing here. See if we can take a few of them out, but I do want to be careful of the towers. Yeah, I'm not going to bother chasing too hard, I don't think. They've got control of most of the towers. Okay, so that was a very close defense. But bloodbath here. Yeah, heroic victory. We lost about 200 men and inflicted 825 losses. I think the towers did a lot of that. The Arretium has been successfully defended by from the Veneti. Okay, so Arretium is now obviously down very low. What we're going to do is send back most of these hoplites down to Croton for retraining.
Yes, my lord. Yes, strategos. My lord. Yes, strategos.
No, actually, I might put them in Ariminum for now.
My lord.
Okay, so that solves the public order penalties in both places. I'm expecting more attacks from the Veneti, especially as they're already towers under siege there. Okay. So this place is Greek, but we don't have the right barracks. So I need to get rid of this one and build the Greek one. Same with this. Here is low public order. Everywhere is well. Tarantum is not recruiting. Taxes is set at high. Need to put them down to low. Yeah.
Besieging settlement, sir.
So Capilla.
Orders.
This recruited too many units. Yeah. I had to send some fleets around back to Greece to pick up some forces.
Ships ready. Yes, sir.
Now I need to sort out the building in some of these places as well versus about to riot. What, there's stuff to repair here. I'm going to send up some hot plates to Ariminum. And just keep recruiting in most places. Need to send up reinforcements from Pellet to
Orders.
Thrace, and probably move some of these as well.
Yes, strategos. Forward.
Okay, I think that's everything I can do here. So all that's left is to attack Rome. So if you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. I'm going to fight Rome in the next one. I've taken all their other settlements, so this is literally their last settlement they have. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.